Once a year in April, something rare happens. A day that brings together vinyl lovers and hopeful collectors. They come chasing records, but they leave with something more. Only independent record stores carry the rarest releases on this day. No streaming, no second chances. If you want it, you have to be here. At Paradise Found in Boulder, Colorado, the shelves are stocked, the excitement is building, and the line stretches down the street. Because this day isn't just about vinyl. It's about connection, community, and the stories waiting to be found.
It is Record Store Day.
Record Store Day.
Record Store Day. Record Store Day.
Record Store Day.
Record Store Day is coming up this Saturday, and it's going to be celebrated on every continent except Antarctica.
There's a place I have never been, on the cover of a magazine, alright. Gotta stay till the bitter end, on the upshot of falling trends, alright.
All right. My name's Alex, and Robert is somewhere inside, and we are Black Vinyl Stories. And right now we are in Boulder, Colorado on Pearl Street, and it is April 11th. It is one day until Record Store Day, and we wanted to come in and just see what this is all about, because we hear stories constantly, year after year, of people arriving the night before, camping out overnight, and staying until the record store opens the next day. And on this day, there's only a limited amount of albums released throughout the country, throughout the world, actually. And people go crazy about this. So we wanted to come in and capture that story, essentially. And so we've been working with the team here. The owner, his name's Will, and we've been able to follow them along for the last few weeks, kind of see him get ready for today. But we're going to jump right in, and we're hopefully going to grab some interviews from some people in line, and then just see what this madness is all like. There's really no plan. There's no idea what's going to happen, but we want to take you guys along. We'll go track down Robert and see where he's at right now.
Here we are, the night before Record Store Day, and watching the team put this thing together, rearranging the store traffic so that they can handle, 25 people at a time coming in tomorrow morning. Brings me back to, when I was working in record stores and we just didn't have Record Store Day. Here we are. This is really cool. Here with Will Paradise, owner of Paradise Found Records and Music. Will and the team has been preparing for Record Store Day. It's 8:36 p.m. The store closed at 7 tonight, so You've been at it all night.
Big day tomorrow, 4 people outside already. First guy showed up at 6. Pretty exciting. First year that I can remember that we're actually gonna have good weather. It's supposed to be 88 degrees and no rain, no snow, so that's a good thing. It should help the day, so we're pumped. We're gonna have a great day tomorrow.
So tomorrow, you get here at what time?
6. We get here at 6.
And how do you treat these people out here?
Well, we have coffee, donuts, pastries. First thing we do when we get in is make sure they all come in and use the bathroom. They've been sitting out there all night. It's like the Christmas of retail, you know what I mean? It's like Christmas morning. It's just so exciting to see everybody, with big smiles on their face, finding the stuff they want.
So we're going to follow you around tomorrow a little bit, maybe catch up with a couple other interviews during the day, but looking forward to being here tomorrow morning.
Great.
We're going to be here all night, Black Vinyl Stories, and we're going to talk to those folks and hear their stories.
Great.
Thanks, Will. Give us your thoughts today on Record Store Day and what that means to you.
Record Store Day is a massive day for record stores. It's kind of like Will had said, it's like Christmas. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious. We're going to let 25 people in and everyone's going to be running for what they want. And yeah, it's an exciting, especially first couple hours.
What time did you get here again?
I got here at 5:30 p.m. The sun was still beaming down. It was really hot out still at that time. I was surprised to be first, to be honest, because I was gauging my time based on I know there's a lot of very highly wanted releases this year, and I was scrolling through like TikTok and people were already lining up at their record stores like across the country. I was like, I should probably show up to mine pretty soon. So I got here and I'm looking around, no one's here.
What happened that you ended up losing your first place position to Robert this year?
I know. It was a painful one. It was the sacrifice to see my son.
My wife gets very excited for this every year. In fact, this year she was so excited about it that we almost came last week. My wife's the energy behind getting us out here and doing this overnight. And we're just grateful it's not snowing this time, because the last 2 years in a row it's snowed on this night. And so that makes it a lot more painful.
Why? Why are you here?
I've always had a huge passion for music. Got into it pretty young, and just ever since then, I've been growing my knowledge on just all these old artists. And I don't know, it's a really fun pastime, just finding new artists, listening to music. Music guides almost every day of my life, you know. So when I heard about Record Store Day, you know, I started getting into records and vinyl collecting. I saw that they had a lot of big releases and big name titles for albums that I really love. A lot of artists I also were really into are doing big releases on this day, and I was really excited. You know, I wanted to come down here. A lot of them were limited too, so I was like, oh, I gotta figure out how to get down here in time and whatnot for it.
I mean, this is just a major hobby for me, and you know, one of my major enjoyments of life is music, and I love collecting. Clearly, I'm a bit of a pack rat, and so this is a bit of a combination of me being able to, you know, build a collection, but also, you know, just be able to enjoy the music that I love and share it with all the people that I share my collection with.
For me, certainly there's an element of supporting the musicians and artists that I love and care for, and also like making friends here in line that you never know who you are going to meet. I think there's definitely a local community of music lovers, and when you are in line at this hour, you get to build bonds that you never expected.
There's a lot of camaraderie that happens with sitting out here in the cold, waiting for, you know, those limited edition, those limited edition records that are maybe once in a lifetime. You know, all these other people in line are doing the same thing, and we get to like build new friendships, and you know, even talk to the owner, and he showed us all the ins and outs.
Despite my physical injury, I think it's one of those things. I try to, you know, obviously still have a chair, still have to make myself as comfortable as much as I can. But yeah, when you love something, when you care for something so deeply, and you value something so personal, integrated to yourself, it transcends a lot of these certain elements of restrictions and limitations, I must say.
Last Record Store Day, we were both here for like the Black Friday, and it was freezing and it was unpleasant, but we still had that camaraderie and we all kind of suffered through it.
Yeah. It was the end of April 11th. We get about 3 hours of sleep. Wake up, and it's Record Store Day. So we're gonna power down, call it a night.
What time did you get out here?
My alarm was going to set for 4, but I woke up at 3 anyway because my body knew how important today was. So I just got out earlier and got her at 4:15.
Tell me about why it's important.
I just like the unique releases. I look for the exclusives more because, again, like you may never have a chance at finding that on vinyl ever again. It is the hunt, of which this is like the premier hunt day.
You get a chance to meet some people today?
Yep, but usually it's like the same group in line and the same friends and stuff, so you start to recognize faces after years.
So here it is, 6:31 in the morning, and you've spent the night out. What was it like?
It was cold, uncomfortable, a lot of weird noises, a lot of crazy people walking past, but I'm glad it's finally daytime again.
So when you say crazy people walking by, what do you have?
A lot of people coming, going from bars, you know, they'd be walking down sober, and everyone walking in the other opposite direction was very drunk.
Is there anything about the music that brings you into a community of like-minded people that parks everything else other than music?
I just love coming into the record store, and when you say community, what I love is that it's not generational. Like, I'll pop in this store or any record store, and there'll be old guys like me, but there'll be dads with like the family ahead of me, like the dad with his son. Bringing younger generations into vinyl is great to see in the stores in person.
I've always loved vinyl. My dad is really into vinyl, and he's given me a lot of records. That's kind of, they live in Texas, so how we communicate is if he finds a record that he thinks I'll like, he'll mail it to me on vinyl, and then I'll do the same and I'll mail him a vinyl, and we stay connected like that.
As you can see, I got a full box, so I got everything I wanted. Very, very excited. So it was worth, staying up all night. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
But I will go home, listen to these, and then fall asleep for hopefully a good 12 hours.
And I think it's been a really good way for me to bond with my daughter over music, because when you buy a record, it comes with so much more information. I mean, I've found that there's when you read through all the stuff that comes with it, just on the cover and the little posters that come inside and everything. And so, my daughter and I have a great time kind of exchanging, like, you play one of yours, I'll play one of mine, that sort of thing. So it's been really good.
Whether it's making new friends in line, seeing familiar faces, or thinking about who you'll play our new records for, what really defines this day is the connection. Our love for music feels stronger when we can share it with someone else. This isn't just about records. It's about belonging, finding your people in a crowd of strangers and knowing you're not alone. This was Record Store Day.